Welcome to Frank Talks. So the other day I watched Trump's speech before the UN, and I just wanted to give a few thoughts on the speech itself. I think that it had a very gracious start and a very optimistic tone. In the beginning, he starts out by thanking the leaders of other countries for their help and their aid with Florida and Texas and the hurricanes that hit there. Like I said, he had an optimistic tone, talking about the bright future, not something that we're used to hearing Trump talk about, especially on, it's just this general optimistic tone. Goes through the whole thing just talking about how we can have a bright future. It does talk about some problems. He starts out with a message of putting your countries first. He's telling the world leaders to put your own countries first, and that's a principle that I've talked about here on Frank Talks in previous videos. The idea that charity starts at home, that you got to take care of your own house before you can go out and try and save the world. So I'm not coming at this as, a foreign policy expert. So Trump calls out North Korea, and one of the big parts of his speech, and he calls all the leaders of the United Nations to isolate North Korea, and North Korea would surrender and would give up their dictatorial power. One of the interesting points that I thought that he brought up, for the cost that it takes to bring one refugee over to America and to plant them here and to uproot them from their home, for the cost it takes for us to do that, we can bring 10 refugees to a closer country, a country closer to their home country, and plant them there for the time being while we're stabilizing their home country. I thought that was interesting. I think it's so sad that that the Republican Party gets bashed as being anti-refugee and all these different things. When it's not that. It's never been that for me. I just think that there might be better ways to handle the situation. Trump says the problem with Venezuela is not that socialism has been poorly implemented, but that socialism has been faithfully implemented. I like that, just that he said that, and just that he put that out in front of so many world leaders. I don't think that it was supposed to be a joke at all. Even if you disagree with this statement, you can't deny the fact that there are millions of people who seriously believe that statement, that seriously believe that the problems that are happening in Venezuela is because of socialism, because it's been implemented faithfully. So it's not a joke, and I don't think that Trump took it as a joke either. If he honestly believes that socialism is bad for a country, part of his agenda is to repeal and replace Obamacare. A lot of Republicans are divided on this. Do we repeal or do we repeal and replace? And Trump is in the camp of replacing Obamacare, and he always has been, and it's always been something that's concerned me. I bring this up because socialized healthcare is one of the main things that Karl Marx lists in order to bring socialism into a country. So once you have socialized healthcare, socialism has its foot in the door. So want to show respect to the president, but if Trump truly believes that socialism is bad for a country, then why doesn't he advocate the repeal of socialized health care? It's great that we have a League of Nations, a united organization of nations to work together to solve big global problems. But in order to have that strong unity, we also need to have freedom among those nations and sovereignty over their own borders. So that's just some of my thoughts on the speech. I want to hear what you thought. Have you seen the video? Also, check out my videos on the principles of conservatism. It's one of the big things I talk about here. I just want to keep hammering those points home. And I just thought it was cool that we saw some of that in what Trump was saying at the UN. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also check out John Suzuki at Let's Talk TV and Alex Ann Kramer at Delicately Gracious. Like their pages, subscribe to their YouTube channels. We're going to be partnering with them to get a lot of stuff done here and to advocate these messages. Thank you guys for your time.